If you want to know all 50 artifact locations, go check out the rest of the video. Every week they add new artifacts to the island. Let's begin with the week 1 locations. Starting at the Burger restaurant. It's located between Holly Hatches and Slurpy Swamp. Right next to the Logjam Woodworks factory you can find a small hut. And inside you can find the first artifact. On the top left side of your screen you will see you gained 4 alien artifacts. The second location can be found east of Sweaty Sands, or as it's called right now, Believer Beach. Towards Pleasant Park you can still see the Spire Tower from last season. And if you go halfway up the stairs you will bump right into the next artifact. Pick it up and go on to the next location. And that's between Craggy Cliffs and Corny Complex. There you can find the landmark called the Orchard. West of the main building you can find a lot of apple trees. And between these trees you can find the third artifact. Location number 4 is all the way in the middle of the island. It's the old Spire location with the big tower in the middle. Right now all you can see is a purple crater. And right in the middle of this crater, just above the water, you can find artifact number 4. So that's a total of 16 artifact parts you have in your inventory. And from here it's time to move on to the final location from this week. And therefore we have to go to Caddy Corner. Just outside the location you have a small tower which I think was meant for Meowscles a few seasons ago. Fly towards it or build your way up and collect the final artifact of week 1. The first artifact of week 2 can be found on the west side of the map. Close to Believer Beach you can find the landmarks Fort Crumpet and Crashed Cargo. In between they placed the satellite station. And on top of the big satellite you can find the alien artifact. This item will add 4 small artifacts to your locker. The second purple artifact can be found northeast of Pleasant Park. Make your way to the hill close to the old Guardian outpost. You will see a white building between Pleasant and the outpost. The artifact is located right next to this building, a little bit hidden under the stairs. For the next location you need to go south of Corny Complex. Between Corny and the gas station you can find a bridge where the road is crossing the river. On top of the bridge at the Corny Complex side you will find the third artifact. You can't miss this one because it's right in the middle of the road. Artifact number 4 is close to the eastern shore. It's located between Retail Row and Dirty Docks. Close to the second zipline tower you can see a circle filled with water. This was the old vent entrance of the grotto. On top you can see a satellite and right next to it the next purple artifact. The reason I say it's purple is because we might get gold artifacts later this season. And the final location is close to Misty Meadows. You can find the artifact on one of the islands in the middle of the lake. Go to the island with the Guardian outpost on top of it. And on the east side of the tower, close to a wooden bridge, you can find a white building. The artifact is a little bit hidden under the roof but still more or less outside the building. This was the last artifact of week 2. The first artifact of week 3 can be found on the north side of the island. Make your way to Craggy Cliffs to the building with the boats and pallets. It's the building next to the beach. If you go inside you will see 2 boats connected to the ceiling. On top of one of them you can find the alien artifact. This item will add 4 small artifacts to your locker. The second purple artifact can be found in Coral Castle. You can find it in the main building of the location. There is a middle layer with a southern and northern entrance. Pick one of them and enter the building. You will see a pillar in the middle and if you look up the artifact is floating in the air. Build up 1 ramp to get access to it. For the next location you need to go to Boney Burbs. You can find the artifact right in the middle of it. If you come from the Holly Hatches side you will be able to see it halfway through the building. There is a part that seems to be unfinished or destroyed. Inside this square you can collect the third artifact. Artifact number 4, and for this week the final location can be found in Slurpy Swamp. Once again you can find the artifact in the building in the middle of the named location. I'm not sure why they only leaked 4 locations instead of 5 from earlier weeks. Anyways, close to the main building there's a building to the side with some big pipes around it. Go inside the building and on the second floor you will be able to find the artifact in the corner of the room. This is the last artifact of week 3. The first artifact of week 4 can be found in Steamy Stacks. It's located directly in the middle of Steamy. Between the stacks and the main building you can find a blue building with the number 4 on it. On the outside you will see a big green pipe. Make your way to the place where the pipe makes a curve. Inside this curve you can find the first artifact. This item will add 4 small artifacts to your locker. The second purple artifact can be found in Dirty Docks. You can find it at the east side of the location. Close to the shore you will see a big blue hangar. Go to the side with the metal stairs and under one of them you can find the artifact. It's a little bit hidden between all the walls so it might be hard to see the item from the sky. Collect the artifact and go on to the next one. For the next location you need to go to Lazy Lake. It's located in the north part of Lazy. There's a yellow and a blue house on the edge of the location. Behind the yellow building you can find a small shed with a blue door. If you make your way inside you will see the artifact to your left between a lot of boxes. Claim the purple item and move on. Artifact number 4 can be found in Weeping Woods. Make your way to the building east of the location. This one might be a bit harder to find because it's a little bit hidden inside the building. So don't go to the big building but the smaller one next to the garage. If you go inside from here, you will have to turn right and look up when you reach the end of the hall. In order to collect the item, you need to build a ramp or jump very high. Artifact number 5 can be found at Holly Hedges. You can find it in the center of the location. Make your way to the red building and just outside you will see a lot of items like plants and boxes. In between you will be able to find the last artifact of week 4. The first artifact of week 5 can be found in Misty Meadows. It's located directly in the middle of Misty. Close to the river you can see a clock tower. The artifact is hidden under the roof. Pickaxe your way through to get access to it, and it's floating above the bell inside the tower. This item will add 4 small artifacts to your locker. The second purple artifact can be found in Retail Row. Make your way to the south side of the location, close to the basketball court. There you can see a bus stop, and from this angle the artifact is very hard to see. But if you fly to the other side of the stop you will be able to collect the artifact and move on to the next location. For the next artifact you have to go past the radio tower location on top of the hill. It's located between Craggy Cliffs and Steamy Stacks. If you make your way to the shore you will be able to find a small campsite on the hill. Close to this place you will see 5 trees in a row. And in order to find the third artifact you have to go to the one to the left because it's located right next to this tree. Artifact number 4 can be found in Pleasant Park. Make your way to the middle part of the location. There you can find a wooden porch with a possible chest spawn under it. Make your way to this porch and look up once you get there. Above the chest just below the roof you can find the artifact and you will need to build a ramp to collect the item. Artifact number 5 can be found at Believer Beach. You can find it in a building with a lime and blue top. There are some alien pictures and items placed on top of the roof. Go to the part with the smaller roof and at this exact location you will be able to find the last artifact of week 5. Collect all the items to add a total of 20 small artifacts to your locker. The first artifact of week 6 can be found in Lockie's Lighthouse. It's located all the way on the north side of the island. Some people thought it was a week 3 location, but we just had to wait till week 6 in order to collect it. Next to the lighthouse you can see a big building with a small garage right next to it. Go inside this garage and you will bump right into the first location. This item will add 4 small artifacts to your locker. The second purple artifact can be found between Steamy Stacks and Dirty Docks. Very close to the zipline there's a purple zone on the island. Inside this purple zone you can see some pink trees and between these trees you will find the second artifact. For the next artifact you have to go to Corny Complex. West of the location you will see a small hut. It's in between these cornfields. And if you go inside and you look up you will see an artifact. Build up one ramp or destroy the roof to collect it. Artifact number 4 can be found on a snowy mountain. It's on the mountain southeast of Retail Row. It's the location with one of these base camps. Make your way to the hut closest to the shore and if you go inside you will see the artifact. Collect the item and move on to the final location. Artifact number 5 can be found all the way on the south side of the map. It's located on the small landmark called Aurelia Island. It's very close to Flush Factory. If you come from this side and you enter the ruin you will see the artifact right in front of you. This is the last artifact of week 6 and collect all items to add a total of 20 small artifacts to your locker. First of all, let's rewind to week 3, where they only added 4 artifact locations to the island. They finally added the 5th location. You can find it at Rainbow Rentals, the landmark south of Holly Hatchery. Every building has a different color, and in order to find the artifact you need to go to the orange building. The artifact is already in the game, so go ahead and collect it today. Now let's move on to the week 7 locations. The first artifact of week 7 can be found in Camp Cod. It's the island all the way to the south side of the map. East of the landmark you have a big building with a water tower. Go inside through this opening and if you can look up you can see it already, but build up and make your way to the artifact. This item will add 4 small artifacts to your locker. The second purple artifact can be found in the swamp. Southeast of Slurpy Swamp there's a landmark called Dampy Dish, with a satellite station right next to it. Make your way to the main building and land on this exact location. Destroy the roof and if you go through the roof you will see some toilets on the ground. Inside this green toilet cabin you can find the second purple artifact. Collect it and move on to the next location. For the next artifact you have to go to the drop shop. It's located between the Aftermath and Lazy Lake, close to the big waterfall. It's a bridge that goes over the river and has the motorboats hanging on the side. The artifact is actually floating under this bridge. You could try to jump inside the boat that's right above it, or open your glider and fly through the object. Or of course build your way to it. Artifact number 4 can be found at the satellite station near the FN radio landmark. You can find this station on the hill between Craggy Cliffs and Steamy Stacks. Make your way to the main building and enter one of the doors on the ground floor. Once you get inside, you will see the artifact in the room with all the computers and screens around it, close to the stairs. Artifact number 5 can be found at the old stealthy stronghold location. It's the jungle area northwest of Pleasant Park. They built a big wall around the jungle and it has multiple gates. Go to the south gate and you'll see 2 towers next to it. Enter the tower to your left through the door that's located on top of the wall. There you will be able to find the last artifact of week 7. Collect all items to add a total of 20 small artifacts to your locker. The first artifact of week 8 can be found at the south side of the island. It's located between Camp Cod and Misty Meadows. Close to the yellow bridge you can see a smaller wooden bridge over the river. This bridge has 2 open pillars, so make your way to the side closest to Camp Cod. Inside the structure you can find the first alien artifact. Destroy the structure or crouch through to collect it. This item will add 4 small artifacts to your locker. The second artifact can be found at Hydro 16. This landmark is located between Slurpy Swamp and Misty Meadows. Make your way to the main building and land on the roof. Because the item is floating you have to pickaxe this exact part with the white AC on top. Now you can jump down to get the artifact or build up from below if you missed it. For the next artifact you have to go to one of the purple areas on the island. It's the one between Holly Hatchery and Boney Burbs. It's also close to the Flopper Pond landmark. If you get closer you can see 3 pink trees in a triangle with a slightly bigger purple tree in between. Next to this tree you can find the artifact on the ground. Collect the artifact and move on to the next location. Artifact number 4 can be found at another purple area. This time it's located between Corny Complex and Pleasant Park. It's on the hill with the scenic spot landmark and close to the blue steel bridge. This artifact is floating under a very big rock inside this purple alien zone. So you have to bring some materials with you or destroy some trees first. Once you get there, build some floors so you can collect the item. Artifact number 5 can be found at one of the satellite stations. It's the one next to Dirty Docks and close to Lake Canoe. On the edge of the hill you can see a helicopter platform with a bridge leading to it. Make your way under this platform and there you will be able to find the last artifact of week 8. Collect all items to add a total of 20 small artifacts to your locker. The first artifact of week 9 can be found near the Remarkable Shack. It's on the island west of Craggy Cliffs. There's a hidden bunker under a small shack, also known as the landmark with a single question mark. To get access to the artifact you need to pickaxe your way through. It will be floating on top of the secret bunker entrance and add 4 small artifacts to your locker. The second purple artifact can also be found on the island. It's located at the landmark called Stack Shack. You can find the island west of Holly Hatchery and the so-called Noah building. The location only has 2 trees and a small wooden shack on it. Fly inside the yellow building to collect the second artifact. For the next artifact you have to go to Weeping Woods. It's located near one of the old Guardian towers. If you look on the map you can see a small building close to the W of Weeping. And if you come from this side you will be able to see the item on top of a circled rock inside the little hut. Collect the artifact and move on to the next location. Artifact number 4 can be found on top of one of the satellite dishes. It's located inside the station between Lazy Lake and Weeping Woods. NPC Rick Sanchez can be found over here. And it will become visible if you go to the side where the satellite is pointing to. Fly inside the dish or build up from the ground to collect it. Artifact number 5 can be found at one of the gas stations. It's the one between Lazy Lake and Corny Complex. Make your way to the main building and if you enter it through the back door you will bump right into it. This is the last artifact of week 9. Collect all items to add a total of 20 small artifacts to your locker. The first artifact of week 10 can be found at the Shark landmark. It's located north of Coral Castle. There are a lot of destroyed structures in there with a tower in the middle of the location. This is an old elevator shaft. Make your way to the ground floor and get behind the tower. There's an elevator door you can pickaxe to get access to the object and add 4 small artifacts to your locker. The second artifact can be found in Shanty Town. This is the landmark west of Slurpy Swamp. If you go to the building closest to Slurpy you can see a wooden stairs on the side. On the lower part you can find the artifact. Collect the artifact and move on to the next location. And therefore you need to go to Stumpy Ridge. It's located between Misty Meadows and Weeping Woods. It's the landmark with all the logs on the trucks, close to Hydro 16. On the other side of the road there's a place with trees in a triangle. Make your way to this place to find the artifact. Artifact number 4 can be found at the satellite station. It's the one close to Misty Meadows and Camp Cod. On top of the snowy mountain you can see the base. Close to the fence marking the outside of the IO base you can see a blue container. Land next to it and walk inside to collect the artifact. Artifact number 5 can be found at the weather station. It's located south of Caddy Corner. It's the landmark with the satellites and a helipad on top of a snowy mountain. Behind the house on the left you can find some solar panels. Under one of these panels you can see the artifact. Pickaxe your way through and collect the last artifact of week 10. Collect all items to add a total of 20 small artifacts to your locker. And here you can see all 50 artifacts from week 1 till 10. I don't think they will add more artifacts in week 11, but if they do, I will upload a video on my channel. So leave a like if this video was useful, subscribe to my channel and make sure you turn on notifications so you won't miss a single video. My name's RutgerK, thanks for watching and I see you in the next video.